Click into this video, I'm assuming you're a sales guy or you're currently in a traditional sales, maybe phone sales or whatever sales you're in, maybe door-to-door sales, maybe you're a customer service. By the end of this video, I'm going to show you the fastest way to earn 10K per month as a remote sales consultant, or just simply transition from your regular sales job and become a remote high-ticket sales consultant, right? And again, if you're done with your capped income and you're maybe just getting paid hourly and just living your life away 40 hours a week and just barely making 20K a year, 30K a year, and maybe you're in high pressure sales, you're done with the car sales and take oil salesman tactics, right? And the lack of flexibility and actually being able to travel, right? Then this video is for you, right? The problem is most sales professionals work harder than they need to for far less income than they deserve, right? Here's the problem with the old traditional sales. It's commoditized, it's unleveraged, and there's a long sales process, or sometimes it's high sales volume and your commission is slim to none, or maybe you're not even getting paid commission. And I've met people in in-person sales, selling, paintings. They're just getting paid simply per hour, and they're not getting any cut off the deal. And what's the result of this? Well, it's simply the red ocean, right? So when I'm talking about commoditized, I'm talking about phone sales, I'm talking about car sales, and all of these other insurance sales and other sales that everyone has been seeing and feel like they've been burnt out from that, right? And what if I tell you you could 10x your income as a remote sales consultant, being able to travel anywhere and take inbound calls with ready to buy leads and higher earning potential without compromising the lifestyle and the flexibility to work remotely. And here's a picture of me traveling, closing deals, looking jack. I don't know who that guy is, to be honest. And here's some of my guys, my clients here, and I'll show you guys in a couple of seconds here on how much they've made, and me traveling as well in Philippines, even in my home country, and closing deals that way, right? In the next few minutes here, I'll walk you through the exact steps you need to take, to land remote high-ticket sales roles that pay you 10K a month or more while working from anywhere, right? And get results like these, right? So again, I'm not just messing around here or bullshitting you here. Excuse my language. I've been doing this for the past 2 years. And for example, Jaime here, who's made 7K in commissions, and I just actually met him in person in Texas. And so far he's made 9K in a single month and landed like a big client recently, right? Or Angel, who's done 270K in sales in a single month while in college, right? And again, got the weekly bonus right over here, the monthly bonus, and the highest revenue bonus as well. Or like Peter, who's done 116K cash collected as an SDR, right, and made 6K in a single month, right, and while being able to travel at the same time. Or Chloe, who made 5K in 30 days while in college, also has a part-time job. We actually have a interview together. If you want to check it out, it's in my YouTube channel. And zero experience, right? So, for people is wondering, okay, how much exactly? It's 4.75K. And that's kind of how much she made, right, in 30 days with no experience and just following the Renaissance Closer framework, the blueprint that I'm going to show you guys in a couple seconds here. Or Anders, who made 6.5K in 3 weeks. Or Adam, who made 12K in a single month at 19 years old. And here's one of the pictures he has when we had our dinner, and here's the proof he has as well, collecting 12K in a single month, right, making commissions. And then before I dive right into it, I want to preface, just because I got these results doesn't mean you will, right? After all, I'm the architect of the system, and my success and reputation are built on how transparent I am. Nothing in life is guaranteed, and I definitely cannot guarantee you will get the same results I've gotten. But what I can guarantee is show you the same blueprint on how me and my clients got these results, right? And by the end of this video, and if you stuck until the end, I will also give you the same sales framework that generated over $15 million in sales in multiple different industries, right? And again, before we dive right into it, who am I? If you're new to this channel, hi, nice to meet you. My name is Elijah. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm no different than you, and I'm assuming if you're watching this video, I've worked at long hour shifts, right? I've had barely a couple $100 in my check-ins account. I came from an immigrant family. I'm actually an immigrant myself, right? Coming from Philippines. I worked a KFC job while I was in high school, and I realized there's something more in life, and seeing the opportunities that I've seen here in America. And fast forward now, being able to design a fulfilling life. And you guys seen this picture earlier as well. Fast forward now, I'm 22 years old, and I had the opportunity to help over 200 sales reps do the same exact thing that I've done and help them work fully remotely. And again, not having to do pressure sales and just being able to travel and make money doing the same exact thing they've been doing their entire life, right? Again, first things first, if you've never heard about what's remote high-ticket sales consulting, let's dive right into it, right? So think about Uber, for example, right? So Uber acts as if the connector, right? They don't have any cars, they don't own any cars, right? They're simply the middleman between the customers who's looking for a service to get from point A to point B, and the service providers makes a lot of money by simply just serving them as well, right? They help both parties, right? So how it works is practically remote sales consultants works exactly the same. We're the middleman and we're the bridge between the coach or the consultant we're working with or the business owner we're working with, right? And the potential buyers or the inquiries that they get and practically ready to buy buyers or inbound leads that's coming in and asking, hey, how can I give you my money, practically, right? That's how it works. And this is completely different from in-person sales where you have to go out there, knock on doors, have to generate your own leads. The leads comes to you and they're already bought in to acquire the service. You simply need to guide them, right? All we're doing is taking advantage of one of the fastest growing industry called the e-learning market, right? So the e-learning market as we speak right now, you guys can look this up, right, is valued at $400 billion and is projected to be valued at $1 trillion. But here's the problem, here's the catch. The e-learning market is in dire need of sales professionals like yourself to take in these calls, right? The state of the e-learning space is there's much more unskilled sales guys that's printing cash, not because they're better than you at sales, they're just simply in a better vehicle. Now, imagine if you're already insanely good at sales and you enter this industry. How much money can you make, right? Like, let's say if you're making 3 to 4K a month right now, just, time, 40, 60 hours a week or even more, barely making any commissions, maybe even cut that time in half and take advantage of this, and the leads is actually coming directly to you instead of like going out or doing cold calls and trying to generate your own leads. Imagine how much money can you make, right? And in a couple minutes here, I'll break down how much you can potentially make as a remote sales consultant, right? But as promised, I want to show you the blueprint me and my clients use to achieve the 3 F's, which is financial freedom, locational freedom, and time freedom, right? Which are all the 3 F's, right? So what is the blueprint I've been talking about? So practically the Renaissance Closer blueprint is, for example, you're in an unleveraged vehicle, and what we do simply is put you in field training, focus on the industry, master the industry, and master the craft of sales. And especially if you already have sales experience, you're already ahead. And simply go network, right? Go in and hop on interviews and referrals and become a high-ticket sales consultant, and more to that in a couple of seconds here. And throughout the time here is simply documenting the entire journey, right? So again, before I dive right into it, I want to show you guys and give you guys a little bit of historical context on why Renaissance, right? So practically Renaissance is an age, and in other words as well, it means rebirth, right? And the Renaissance age is one of the most pivotal period of human history. This blueprint is wildly inspired by one of the figures during that age, which is Michelangelo. I don't know if you guys know him, but he's pretty good, like creator, visionary, you can say, during that time. And Michelangelo mastered his craft and created a reputation on his own respective quote-unquote industry, right? every work he touched practically 10x his income or his quote-unquote commission on his paintings. Because back then they spoke about it commissions when he was doing his paintings or his sculptures, right? And so how does this apply to landing a 10K month role in remote sales consulting? You need a rebirth on thinking and approach to make quantum leaps on your sales career. That's practically it. That's why I named it the Renaissance Closer Blueprint. So Michelangelo didn't get 10x results by taking the traditional way. What separated him in his reputation and only taking in few only 10x his income, right? The best part is we have the most powerful tool Michelangelo didn't have, which is social media, right? So here's the power of documentation, like I've showed you guys on the blueprint, is I don't have that much following on Instagram and even in YouTube or in Twitter, wherever it is, right? I only have a couple, followers, right? And some of my clients only have a couple thousand followers, but you gotta just concentrate the audience, but just simply documenting the journey. And here are some examples of clients and people that has partnered up with me and reached out to me just simply because, I documented the journey and have a personal brand that I built throughout the years, right? So here's one of the seven-figure company that reached out to me that I ended up partnering up with and becoming one of their sales manager, which I got paid $3K a month as a sales manager as well. And also an 8-figure company reaching out to me to play some of the clients that I work with one-on-one. It's an 8-figure company, right? Reaching out to me, by simply just having a profile. And one of the creators who reached out to me was an 80K follower creator, right? Asking me to help her sell out some of her products, which is a valid trip, service that I ended up helping out for a couple months with, right? And again, some of the coaches our Renaissance Closer high-ticket sales rep work with is, for example, Devin Jato, Dakim Levinrad, 320K follower creator, 727K follower creator, 334 follower creator, and a 34K follower creator, or even just small minor audiences like Brian Ferringer, who's last 30-40K a month in a fitness coaching business, right? So I was able to make these connections without lifting a single cold DM. It's by simply documenting my journey publicly, right? So what's unique about this blueprint is no one can copy your own story, right? So here's the 3-step Renaissance Closer blueprint that I want to show you guys, right? So step 1 is you have to build your reputation online, right? So first things first on this flow is you have to self-audit yourself. Ask yourself, okay, where did you come from? How did you start? What's unique about yourself, right? Did you play any sports, that you enjoy growing up? Maybe did you play video games? Did you have a specific sports that you enjoy following? Or did you from another country? Or did you have a specific person or whatever it is? Your experience is extremely unique to you, and you can simply leverage that to create relationships in the online social media space, right? And here's a simple thing as well, is use ChatGPT to help you script out. Here are some prompt ideas that I also have for ChatGPT. Give me content ideas to create documenting my journey as high-ticket closer, and create a hook for this X, Y, and Z topic you guys are thinking about, or what B-roll clips ideas I can record for X, Y, and Z content. And simply press record, edit using CapCut, and post and repeat, right? And again, you might be wondering, okay, I'm a sales rep, and I'm trying to become a remote sales consultant. Why do I need to think about all of these things? Well, you simply need to take yourself in a position, and same thing with applying for roles and job, right? If you simply just send over a cold DM and just sound like everybody else, guess what happens, right? Then you have a lower likelihood of you actually getting a response, or just simply you being able to actually connect with that individual directly. But if you have a personal brand, or you're actually documenting the journey, you're personable, right? You have a higher likelihood to actually get a response rate. Why is that? It's simply because the relatability that you have and the unique story that you have within, right? So if you reach out, for example, to a fitness coach and you've played college football or whatever it is, guess what happens? You have something relatable with them. Yeah, maybe sure there's a sales rep that has more experience, but since you've been documenting the journey, guess what happens? right? Then the sees that you're a football player in college, and he'll probably more likely to give you a shot, right? But for example, for you, you're a sales rep, you simply just need to document the journey as well, right? And here's how to document the journey actually. So select platform, share a unique story, document the progress, and engage. So very simple. I have a lot of clients who's done Twitter and Instagram. That's where we've found a lot of success on documenting the journey, right? And sharing the unique story that you have as an individual, right? So those are two simple platforms I highly recommend. Just kind of go on. And content ideas is simply as day in the life of a remote closer. My goal to quit my X, Y, and Z job and be a full-time high-ticket closer. Day one of learning whatever skill you're acquiring. This is how I learned XYZ to get to xyz.com. Do some challenges. 75 hard, project 50, right? And here's the documentation you have as well. Is your profile visible and clearly show your face? Is your bio optimized to speak to your ideal audience? Does your feed have a good first impression? Same thing when you go to an interview, right? You want to make sure you give a good first impression. And are you engaging with the niche you desire to work with, right? So make sure you go shoot a message, like their content, so they kind of just make sure that you're top of mind when you're reaching out to them as well, right? Are you consistently posting on your story, reel, or Twitter? Who are your top 5 creators you want to work with, right? What style of content do you want to create, right? So step 2, network strategically. Now that you have a solid profile, you have solid social media content up, now you can actually show your characteristics. Now you have to network strategically. Here are some simple principles. For you to actually get those opportunities, be the best version of yourself that deserves high-level opportunities. Lead with value with your opening message. Have no intention of getting anything in return, and attempt to join if they have any community. These days around now as well, a lot of people have a free community, a Discord community, or a school community. You simply join there, try to hop on a call with them, something like that, right? And obviously some of them might potentially sell you, but if you just reverse engineer it and practically try to sell them on that call, that's another way you can go about it, right? So again, 2 principles of sales I have upheld and have helped me get to where I'm at now. Number 1, people buy from people they like, and number 2 is people buy from people they trust. If people like you, they trust you, they will simply buy. So the inverse of that on landing a high quality opportunity is people buy from people they like, and people work with people they trust. It's a very simple concept, and this has garnered me a lot of good that gave me a lot of work, a lot of as well. So as I promised, right, step 3, close deals and scale. Here's a simple framework that I've used to close deals, which is the current situation, rebirth, right? Meaning, I encourage them to make that change. The Machiavelli framework, which is, create the urgency, right? That the consequence phase that you have, or new age is being able to make them commit on the call and simply pitch after, right? So, and as promised, here's the closing framework, right? And again, I have a couple videos up in this YouTube channel that you can check out where I've simply used this same framework to actually close deals, and you guys can simply watch them as well. And I broke them down from step by step, right? So check it out. It's in my channel, should be there. 3K close deals and a 4K close deal as well. Here's the framework. You guys can screenshot this, and if you guys have any questions, you can hit me up on my Instagram as well, right? Or you can hop on a call with me. I have a link down below to actually hop on a call with me if you have any more questions about this. And again, few closer tips is find your own unique style. The goal is to use no script, and best closers know their numbers. Because again, just to be aware, right, this is a framework and a guideline, but you as an individual, you will ask these questions very differently than how I ask my questions, right? So make sure you kind of just practice mock call them, and then practically just hop on a call and kind of give them the questions that I have here, right? So that's what I would highly because it's not gonna sound like exactly like me. I have my own intonation, I have my own favorite go-to questions, but it's not gonna hit because you don't want to copy the person, right? Again, I'm the architect of this framework, and I want you to become a creator yourself and just use this as an inspiration, right? So let's move forward. My clients apply these tips, and here are the results, right? Ozil went from 2K a month to third month, right? Making 8K in commissions, right? And he actually did this while he was traveling. Or Angel, again, did 270K. Or Ruben did 6K cash collected in barely in a week into this, right? So 6K, right? Just does 3 calls. That's less than 40 minutes of work each call, right? Being able to collect 6K. Or Alec, who has his own coaching program now as well, who simply did 5K for that, right? So here's some tips: how to increase your close rate to 70% and reduce no-show rate. PS, we have done 10 million in sales as a community. No, it's actually 15, and this is a few of the methodology we've implemented that worked like crazy. For example, if you get an inbound sales call booked, dial them within 10 to 30 minutes and create a group chat via Instagram or SMS, send exclusive resources, and confirm the call or before the sales calls itself, right? Very simple framework. Highly recommend. Also, here are some real examples of closers winning with this strategy, right? Again, 10K close, 2 closing offers, right? Leaving to get the offer that I referred over, right? And then again, looking for closers and setters, landing the position, and then again, just within 30 minutes of preparation, closing a deal, right? And then closing a 1K deal, right? Solid call, hopping on a call again, by just simply documenting and leveraging my name and my personal brand. I was able to refer a bunch of these people within them. And again, closer, setters, right? Again, looking for setters and then becoming a closer from an FBA offer as well. So now that we've gone through the steps of all the steps from closing deals, the networking strategically, documenting the journey to land an offer, and all that good stuff, right? Now again, right, let's go next. You can take away what you've learned in this video and just get the results they've gotten as well, right? The hard truth is you can do it alone, but it took me 4 years to build my brand that allowed me, my one-on-one clients, to leverage my reputation to get the opportunities practically overnight, right? After thousands of high-ticket sales calls, over $15 million in sales generated as a community, over 500 hours of mock calls and call reviews, I crafted the best, easy-to-follow roadmap to fully transition and go from 0 to 10K a month in 12 weeks as a remote high-ticket sales consultant, right? So you have 2 options, right? So you can do it alone. It takes time, trial and error, which is perfectly fine. Figure everything on your own, compiling you to 100 of hours of trial and error, on leverage with zero network, pay higher interest rate on ignorance debt, meaning, for example, you just don't know what you don't know, and you try to get your own, you spend all of those hundreds of those hours instead of just kind of avoiding it and proven framework, right? And zero accountability and support system. And with Renaissance Closer program, it's accelerated, it's guided, it's supported. You can simply leverage our network and land an offer within 2 weeks, skip the trial and error, and use proven systems and plug-and-play frameworks, weekly support live calls, and performance assessments, right? And get instant feedback on roadblocks, right? And again, there's limited spots available due to hands-on coaching personally by me, right? So what is the Renaissance Closer program exactly? It's an A to Z program with over 200 plus hours of resources covering everything about remote high-ticket sales. Right, so we cover and curating in detail the entire process behind the offer placement concierge that we have, meaning leveraging my name, right, and being able to introduce you to offers, interviews, by catching the fish yourself, and also helping you catch the fish by me and just by simply my network, right? And creating a personal brand so you can get a higher response rate, land those dream offers and opportunities that everyone is looking for, how to book the appointments, right? How to handle rejection, close high-ticket deals, getting paid, and scaling your income, right? So with multiple trials and revisions, we found out that community involvement is a key formula for getting results. After all, doing it with a community is much more fun and keeps you accountable, right? So here's what you'll get exactly, right? So it's a full access to the Renaissance Folder roadmap, a complete framework for resumes, closing calls, interview examples, offer concierge hiring portal, tracking sheet, income scale incubator, right? An exclusive access to our private community, weekly calls, and in-person events as well. So after receiving tons of messages from my one-on-one clients, how the program changed their lives, right? Now, if you're still watching this video, I already know that you're extremely committed to your goals and you're an action, right? So if you're interested, I'm taking in a few people to implement the same strategy that one-on-one clients used, right? So if you're interested, you can book in the call below, we can chat, we can work together. But again, no worries, that's completely from the call below. But if you want to learn more about this, there's a bunch more resources that I have in this YouTube channel. I hope this video is valuable for you. Let me just go back here so I can speak to you directly. But that's pretty much it for today's video. Hope you found something valuable, right? And again, this is the same blueprint that hundreds of my clients use, my one-on-one clients use to actually get to that 5, 10, 15K months as a remote closer, or however you want to call it, or a high ticket sales consultant, right? To actually, work remotely and all that good stuff, right? And again, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram if you have any more questions, or if you have uncertainty topics. More than happy to respond to you. I don't have any side or anything of that, right? I'm the one who's personally helping you out on this entire journey. But as always, be a creator, not a consumer. Create something today that will inspire you and others.